Hey, my name's Jeff Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. Rent arrears are rising at a rapid rate. We knew this was going to happen. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that people are struggling. Rents going up is going to cause more rental problems for a lot of people. We've also got all of the data in this video on how much it has increased and how much the private rental sector has decreased, how much lower the amount of rental properties is standing at right now. It's quite a shocking number that you'll see on an annual basis. So I've got lots of insight into the rental arrear crisis in this video. And if you're new around here and you want to know about all property stuff, we talk about property education, house prices, interest rates, anything that you can do to be a landlord as well. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. As I said, we've got new content every single day. And let's get some more views on this video by smashing like, tickling like, doing something to that like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm and really helps the channel grow. So thanks to everyone that does that. So look, the rental market is in a really difficult way. And I think that this is going to get significantly worse. You see, we've made videos in the last month that have got tens of thousands of views where we've talked about Labour are just pushing landlords out the market. And because of that, what ultimately is going to happen is the private rental sector is going to shrink. In fact, it hasn't grown at all since 2016. In that period of time, since 2016, the population has grown by 3.6 million people, which is absolutely crazy. And in that time, you've got no more rental properties. Now, people will always want to rent and need to rent because maybe they need to do that for work, maybe their circumstances, they split with a partner, and various other reasons means that some people want or need to rent property. And with all the new taxation that Labour has and all the new proposed tax rules, that's pushing more landlords out the market. In fact, 30% of landlords have already quit in the last 5 years. And in surveys by HMRC, 50% of landlords are considering quitting in the next 2 years. That's not great. So what's going on here? Well, this is data from a deposit company. So these companies work with the letting agents. They hold on to the deposits. They get the data on the disputes and if people get their deposits back. And also they understand what rental arrears people have as well because they get all of that data. So these guys are called TDS deposits. TDS deposits. And so they work with thousands of estate agents up and down the country. And so they're saying that rental arrears at the moment have gone up. They were at £1,818 on average. Now, obviously not everyone's in rental arrears, but the ones that are, the average is 1818. And that's gone up to £2,237 in just 1 year. That's a 23% year-on-year increase. That's not insignificant. Now, data like that is going to mean more landlords quit. And the landlords that have the tenants that have got those rental arrears, if you've got a tenant with £5,000 rental arrears, for example, because some are going to have massive rental arrears, some are going to have small amounts to get the average at 2,200. Some of those landlords are considering quitting. In fact, you might be one of those right now watching this channel. Tons of landlords watch this channel and comment saying, my tenant is in massive arrears, I'm leaving the market. And so that means the market is going to shrink even more. Now, since 2023, this has gone up even more. So since 2023, rental arrears are up 56%. That's bonkers. So things aren't moving in the right direction. And what's going to happen ultimately is more landlords will quit because of this kind of stuff. More landlords will quit because of the EPC legislation, the tax legislation, and all of this kind of stuff. That will shrink the private rental market. Now, this isn't my opinion. This is cold, hard data. So this is how many rental properties there are on the market at the moment. So if you're looking for a rental property at the moment, there are 284,000 properties listed to rent via the various portals, Rightmove, Zoopla, Gumtree, those sorts of places. 284,000 properties. Now that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? And it is quite a high number, but it's down just in a year, 18%. 18% down in one calendar year. That's a big shrinkage. That indicates that there's more pressure coming on tenants, and that means that rents are going to go up. It's just simple supply and demand. In the last year or so, rents went up on average 10%. And we can see what happened in Scotland. We've done content videos about the rental market in Scotland. They introduced rent caps. That meant more landlords quit. And then prior to the rental cap starting, landlords put rents up around 25%. When a tenant left the property, then the rent went up massively again. That's not smart. And so even if you put a rental cap on the market, which they tried to do in Scotland, then you had as many as 200 people viewing one flat for rent. And that was backed up by Scottish viewers in the comments. There was multiple estate agents in the Scotland area that said they had to deal with that kind of stuff as well. And also tenants saying it is a nightmare. Now, this is going to move into England and Wales if we don't get smart. We need to build more properties in order to make the rental market a little more competitive. We need to back off some of the legislation. Landlords are worried about the Renters' Rights Bill. Now, the big problem is the Section 21 no-fault evictions. Now, I don't have a massive problem with that, but you need to make it that if someone doesn't pay you the rent, or if someone smashes your property up, that you can get the property back quickly. That's fair. So if you want to take away the right to a no-fault eviction, if somebody isn't paying you rent, you need to have a fast process in order for the landlord to get the property back. By doing that, you're going to give some basically comfort to some landlords and stop more landlords quitting the market. Look at the EPC rules as well. You're forcing landlords to go to a level C, but you're not forcing residential properties, which is the majority of properties in the UK, to get to a level C as well. It just doesn't really add up. What sort of dispute volume have we got at the moment? Well, at the moment, there are 9,784 properties in dispute for rental arrears at the moment. That's a lot. That's a huge amount of properties that are in dispute at the moment. And I think this crisis is going to get worse. I wouldn't be surprised if this nudges up to $2,500 by late summer. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's more people that are in rental arrears. And that isn't great for the landlord. And it's really not great for the tenant either, because if they get a CCJ, they're going to struggle to get another rental property. What do you think the solutions are to this rental crisis? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments in the description below. Do make sure you smash like. Do subscribe to the channel. We're a smidge away from 43,000 subscribers. And check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.